Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In case this is your first time here, my name is Taz Shiko and you're so very much welcome. Please hit that subscribe button, it's free of charge. And on today's video, I'm going to be showing you amazing techniques that you can follow to make your makeup last you all day. You won't need touch-ups. This is because your makeup will last you all day, and especially if you have an oily skin. So next I'm going to use this Illegal Pro Concealer. This is in the shade medium beige, and I'm just going to use it to prime my eyelids. And this is just to make sure that my eyeshadow will last me a longer time and it will have a very smooth blend and smooth application. So I'm just blending in this concealer, and I'm using a fluffy brush to do this, which is easier to use a fluffy brush. So I'm just doing the same on the other eye, blending until it's good enough for me. Next, I'm going to use this shade. This is from the Morphe eyeshadow palette. I love this eyeshadow palette because I don't need to reapply the eyeshadow. I don't need touch-ups. This is because the eyeshadow just lasts me all day, and this is what I want. Next, I'm going to use this shade. This is just to neutralize the first color, the first shade. Yes, and you can see it's just doing an amazing job at that. So I'm just going to blend, and then after that I'm going now to draw a cut crease. I'm using a flat brush to do this, and the same concealer that I had used initially. On the area where I drew my cut crease, I'm going to apply this shade. This is from the same eyeshadow palette that I have been using. That is the Morphe eyeshadow palette 35V. After that, I'm going to apply this shade. This is from the Morphe eyeshadow palette 35M. I told you people, I love Morphe eyeshadow palettes because of how long lasting they are, and they are so very much pigmented. That's why I love Morphe eyeshadow palettes. So I'm just going to apply this shade on my outer V. After that is just blending everything together. And then I'm going to use this LA Colors glitter eyeliner, and I'm going to use it on top of my cut crease, just where I drew my cut crease. I'm going to apply this. I have shaky hands, so I didn't put a lot of footage with these. I have very shaky hands, and I'm just going to get these to exactly where that shade is, that light shade is, and this is how it's looking. Oh my god, so beautiful. And then after this, I'm now going to apply this primer. So with this primer is a very good one. I found it to be very good one. It's from Illegal, and it's also a color corrector. This primer, I found it that it just makes my makeup last all day. Like, this primer is such a good one. I never thought it was, but it is. It's just a very good one. It helps my makeup sit well and also make my makeup last all day. So what I do, allow it to sit. Yes, and then after that I'm going to use powder before I use foundation. And if you have an oily face and you want your makeup to last you all day, try this, and I assure you, you would regret it. And what this does is it just sucks your oils, because your face doesn't stop producing oil. What it does, it just continues, but it first comes to this powder, and this powder just sucks that oil before it gets to your foundation and ruins your makeup, so you don't need touch-ups. So I just allow it to sit for some time. Yes, and this is how I'm looking. I know I'm looking very bad. So next I'm going to use this foundation. This is the Zaron foundation. This one is also very good for people with an oily skin. It has full coverage and it also lasts all day. And another thing I have to warn you guys, if you have to use this technique, if you do this technique, always blend your foundation as you go. Immediately after you apply your foundation, blend it. Otherwise it will be really hard to blend because the powder sucks that foundation and it gets really hard to blend. So blend as you go. When you apply, blend. And I told you guys I always use a darker foundation. This is because my face is very light. Yes, and I want it to blend with other parts of my body, so that's why I always use a darker foundation. Yes, so let me blend. I take a lot of time with blending. Yes, I just don't apply and blend within a second. It takes time to blend. Yes, it takes time to blend. So blend your foundation. I forgot to say this in the beginning of the video. If you have an oily face, always use matte products. Everything that you're going to use on your face, let it be matte. From the primer to foundation to everything to the powders, everything that you're going to use, let it be matte, honey. Let it be matte. And also make powders your friend. Make powders your friend. Then again, guys, around your forehead area, especially around your hairline area, avoid using fresh products. Always use products from the rest of your face to just blend around your hairline area. And also avoid using a lot of product. Don't use a lot of product. Yes, just use just a little bit of it. It is just enough. Don't use a lot of product, because otherwise your makeup won't be looking nice. Yes, you will have a lot of products on your hairline and it will be very hard for you to blend them. Yes, that will be just looking bad. And you can see like my hair, the area on my hairline is just looking so beautiful and blended well with the rest of my face. And now it's time to highlight. And to highlight, I'm going to use this Legal Pro Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Beige. After application, allow that concealer to set for some time and then now go ahead and blend. So I'm using the same beauty blender that I was using before to apply my foundation, to apply my primer, and that's the same beauty blender that I'm using to blend that concealer highlight. And after taking some time with the blending, this is what we have so far. Not actually bad. I take a lot of time with blending. Always take your time with blending. If you want to have a flawless looking face, always blend, 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 blend. Take your time with blending. Next, I'm going to use this contour. This is from LA Girl. And now I'm going to use this Revlon Candid setting powder, and that's just to set my highlighted areas. And I'm just not going to set, I'm going to bake. And having an oily face, baking just helps your makeup even sit a longer time. You don't need a lot of touch-ups and all that. Just makes your makeup last even longer. But in case you are a beginner, just don't bake. Just blow off the excess powder, and then you can apply just a little bit of amount. Yes. Next, I'm going to set the areas where I did contour, and I'm just going to use this LA Girl Pro Finishing Powder, and I'm just going to apply it on the areas where I had contoured. And before I go even any further, I'm going to set the makeup, and I'm using this Maybelline setting spray. And after that, I just go in and just push in that setting spray using my beauty blender, the same one that I've been using all along. It's now lipstick time. I'm now going to start off with this Davis eyebrow pencil to line my lips, and then I go in with this lipstick, which is from Maybelline in the shade Poet, and just create an ombre. Then after that, I'm going to use this shade as a blush. And then after that, I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to use this e.l.f. shade to highlight. And using that same highlighter, I'm going to highlight my brow bone. But I love how this is looking. So this is the final look, guys. This is my final makeup look. It might be looking a little bit ashy, but imagine after some time it just looks so perfect. Yeah, yani is so perfect. I stayed with this makeup for a whole day, and I didn't have any issues. Haikutoka. I didn't need to do touch-ups. So yeah, guys, I hope you have learned some few tips here and there, and until next time, bye.